Hi everyone, hope that you are well. Welcome to Wednesday's reading assembly. This reading assembly is going to be based on looking at fishing frenzy and coral reefs. First of all, what I'm going to do is screen share you the PowerPoint with something that I promised to show you yesterday. So the two pictures that you can see on this slide here, the first one on the left, well, in fact, they're both about the same thing really. The first one on the left is of that floating garbage dump that we read about yesterday. So I'm just going to let you look at that picture, the first one on the left, while I read this out to you again. The world's biggest garbage dump floats in the Pacific Ocean between the Hawaiian Islands and the United States. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a giant swirling area where plastics and other rubbish are drawn together by an ocean current called the Gaia. The Ocean Cleanup Foundation estimates it covers an area of 1.6 million kilometres. That's more than 3 times the size of Spain. So you can see that there's a diver in the middle of that, and it looks absolutely disgusting, doesn't it? And then if you look on the right, they're all of the different garbage or rubbish patches within the Pacific Ocean. You can see where the currents are all forming, and there's that much garbage now that there's actually, and it looks small there, but they're on the coast of California within the Pacific Ocean, which is massive. And they don't look too big there, but when you think of the scale of the Pacific Ocean, it's absolutely massive. So yeah, it's something really, really to bear in mind here, everyone. So just look at the garbage patches there. Think about the effects that'll be having on the environment, because naturally those garbage patches are not supposed to be there. And yes, that's what we were discussing yesterday. So it shows the worldwide effect of lack of recycling and the use of plastic. So we are going to look at our first page here, which is fishing, about fishing. Okay. Whether it's a tuna salad or fish fingers, millions of people can eat fish every day. And why not? It's usually very nutritious and tasty. But an enormous rise in the demand for fish and other seafood has had devastating effects. Overfishing. In the rush to meet demand, the world's giant fishing fleets have overfished many ocean areas. The remaining fish cannot reproduce quickly enough to make up the numbers. Overfishing puts great strain on the balance of life in the oceans. When numbers of one fish species dwindle, so that means go down, it can seriously affect other fish, seabirds, seals, and sharks, which rely on it for food. According to Greenpeace, 95% of all southern bluefin tuna and Pacific bluefin tuna fish have already been caught or killed. Wow, 95%. Bottom trawling is a type of fishing using heavily weighted nets dragging along the sea floor. You can see it happening there. These can damage habitats, smash coral reefs, rip up ocean plants, capture young fish unsuitable for eating, and then they do die. Not in my net. The fishing industry uses the term bycatch for the unwanted fish and sea life caught accidentally. Bycatch can be as high as 2/5 of all of the fishing industry's catch. It's not just billions of fish. According to the World Wildlife Fund, the number of other creatures caught and killed as bycatch each year is shocking. 100 million sharks are caught each year when the fishermen don't want them to, but unfortunately they are then killed. 250,000, which is 250,000 or more leatherback and loggerhead sea turtles. Oh, so sad. 300,000, again over 250,000 or more dolphins, porpoises, and small whales. Many thousands of seabirds as well. One way you can tackle this immediately is to look for tinned fish, which is being caught by pole and line or hard line rather than in nets. This reduces the amount of other creatures snared as bycatch. Oh my gosh, it's so sad. The nesting female population of Pacific leatherback turtles has dropped by 95%. So it's almost dropped entirely because they are being caught accidentally and killed. Absolutely dreadful. Really, like, shame on those people having to do that. It's awful. Coral reefs, which are very, very beautiful, but unfortunately being destroyed. Coral reefs. Coral reefs only occupy 0.1% of the world's oceans. yet support more than a quarter of the world's marine life. Australia's Great Barrier Reef alone is home to 133 types of shark, 1,625 species of fish, and over 3,000 species of mollusks, which are shellfish. However, reefs are delicate and vulnerable. If the corals disappear, so may the millions of creatures which live in them. Reef grief. According to the World Wildlife Fund, a quarter of all reefs are thought to be damaged beyond repair. Another 2/3 believed to be under serious threat. Increasingly acidic seawaters caused by carbon emissions is one reason. Here are some others. Dredging the seabed with machines can cause the sediment to build up and harm the coral. Some unscrupulous fishermen use explosives in the water to stun large numbers of fish and damage coral. Others use poison to stun fish, which also harms the coral. Tourists may trample on coral, break off pieces as souvenirs, or buy gifts made from local coral. Terrible. What can you do? You may live a long way from the nearest coral reef, but there are still things you can do to help preserve and protect them. If swimming near coral, be careful not to knock or break it. Never buy coral products. Do your bit to combat climate change through energy conservation. Save water and reduce waste so there is less chance of pollution entering the oceans. My gosh. Coral bleaching. Coral relies on nutrients obtained from tiny plant-like things which live inside them. They are very sensitive to water temperature, and a rise via climate change or thermal pollution can cause them to leave the coral. This results in coral losing its bright colours. Bleached coral can recover, but it's very, very vulnerable and may die out. And that just seems awful, doesn't it? What shocking facts that, and again, it's all humans. Humans are doing this, not the wildlife. Humans are causing this, and the ramifications, which means the effects after their actions, are absolutely dreadful. Right, what I might do actually is find a video of the coral reefs and see if we can find another video quite similar to the one we watched yesterday about the effects that global warming is having on those coral reefs and the pollution of the waters. So I'll make sure I'll do that. I think today we're just going to finish on having just a bit of a reflection on the effects that humans are having on the environment, and again trying to think of solutions that we can propose to stop that. Do we need to eat fish? Should we eat fish? Is there another way that we can go about eating fish that isn't the way that they do at the moment? Okay, everyone, I will see you on Thursday, where we will try and look at the coral reef video, and we are going to cover the final page of this chapter, which is a day at the beach, followed by Friday's Newsround Assembly. Okay, everyone, have a lovely day. See you later. Bye.